Oh god. Good afternoon, guys. It is currently 1:30 p.m. in wonderful Edmonton. I'm currently visiting my parents who live in Edmonton, and I thought, why don't I just try seeing if there's any decent bike infrastructure in the city. Last time I've been here was year 2015, and based on Google Maps it seems like they put a lot more bike lanes, although I would understand that there wouldn't be as much because, as you can see, most of these suburbs are like in this kind of format. This would be my third video upload from the first two that you've seen. Thank you. And some of my friends suggested that I start, trying to talk, and I thought, okay, I'll try doing that, see how that goes. Personally, like everybody else, people don't really like listening to their own voice, so I guess this is going to be a trial period where I hopefully end up being okay with it. Fun fact, I started listening to my own voice for once when I did my first and second videos, because I normally don't talk, hence the lack of interaction when I uploaded the other ones. I always thought it was nice to just keep thinking in your own head, not bothering anyone else around you. But here I don't think I need to worry about that, because everyone else is in their own cars. From some observations, it looks like the rare cyclists that you see, at least they all acknowledge that they're rare. So whenever we pass by each other, a courteous nod seems to be the norm, which is nice. It makes you feel like since you are part of a community. It's totally different as opposed to cycling in downtown Toronto, of course. These two cities, you can't compare them to each other. If anything, you can compare. Decent transit system. Looks much nicer than TTC, of course. And you can't compare Edmonton city to really dense cities like Toronto or even New York. I would say it'll be on par to places like Los Angeles. Well, it's on track. It was right on track into becoming Los Angeles. My friends and I were driving around Edmonton Circle highways. I don't even know what they're called, but it was around their rush hour, and it seems to be picking up. It's going to be bumper to bumper. It's definitely going to be LA level within a couple of years, because there are a lot of people who currently live in Toronto that I've been talking to, and they have all been thinking about uprooting their livelihood and starting moving to either Edmonton or Calgary, mostly Calgary. And I got curious too. That's why I'm visiting my family again. I don't usually pay them a visit, because I would prefer not to drive or go around neighborhoods that, that kind of penalize you if you don't drive. I usually have them fly over to Toronto, and we do all of our touristy stuff there. Be their yearly tour guide. Man, there is nothing here. Structure-wise, I am kind of at a loss. If you could see ahead of us, there is no connecting path going northbound, so I will probably have to cross this way. Wait, even the pathway is closed. Oh no, I remember, you have to cross the rails. Let me just... God damn it, dude. It is so weird here. Let me like this song real quick. I'm currently listening to my cell phone on Spotify. I am not going to share it with you guys because I'm not allowed to. So please enjoy the wonderful sound of traffic and vehicles. And my occasional panting, because I am not the most fit at this point in my life. This is also a test to see I forgot how to talk. This is also a test to see how good or bad my microphone is. Personally, I don't expect much, but it does a good job in blocking the wind. Okay, so I'm doing it correctly. I can walk. Okay. Oh, ouch. Sidewalk closed. Okay, let's cross this way. No 4,000-pound vehicle on my way. This is also to see how much I should balance talking to myself. Okay, it seems like there's a path on the other side, so I might have to just jaywalk here while there are no cars. Maybe we should go further. The thing about Edmonton structure is they do have priority over vehicles, so crossing intersections can be a little bit iffy. Sometimes people don't yield, they just go straight. Even turning at 60 kilometers per hour can prove to be dangerous if you're not careful. Okay. Good. I'm gonna go on this little island here, wait until the cars pass by. Come on. Okay. Okay, my headphones fell off. I hope that none of my cords impede my voice recordings, or sound recordings rather. Okay. Oh, this bicycle makes me want to list my own bicycle back home. I'm currently borrowing my dad's Canadian Tire bicycle 26-inch mountain bike, and it is a piece of work. I managed to fix most parts of it to make it rideable. However, chains are rusted up. Mountain bike tires, I'm not really well, I've used a mountain bike before, but changing from road bike to a decent single speed / road bike to a mountain bike is a very big difference in the amount of effort you have to put in just to get to the same speed that I'm used to. I feel like my neighborhood buddies, the ones that are 10, 12 years old, trying to pedal this thing. For those of you who don't usually ride bicycles and are thinking of trying it just for fitness, commuting even, it's fine if you use one of those cheap bicycles you get from Walmart for $100, $150 just to try it out. But if you find yourself biking for at least 300 kilometers in total for a whole year, I think it would be beneficial for you to invest in something at least entry level meaning at the price range of $300 to $400 the ride quality will increase significantly, and in turn it will make you like biking more. Okay, he decided to wait for me. I guess I could have gone straight, but the yield sign was past the crosswalk, so I just wanted to be safe. But I remember, it's Edmonton, it's not Toronto. Edmonton drivers here are, at least for the most part, much more fine-tuned and respectful of people who don't drive. Can't say much about the city itself though. Calgary, I visited Calgary a couple weeks ago. Their infrastructure is much better in comparison. I feel like the government that's responsible for what's it called? Municipal. I don't want to go into politics. Oops. Anyways, when the bike paths exist in Edmonton, it's nice. It's only not nice when it suddenly stops and you have to cross. It would have been perfect, honestly, if they started connecting it, but you know, can't really do much when everyone really does prefer driving. Kind of breaks my heart, really. We have our own issues in Toronto where it's a constant battle between cyclists, pedestrians, and everyone else, motorists, and it really does make me sad how some of them believe that more car lanes are more important than making alternative methods. They do not understand at all. It's not going to make their commute to work any faster. All it's going to do is convince more people to drive, hence making your commute even longer. You see, building Three Fighter plays are overhead. Let's see how that is how the voice recorder is when I'm trying to talk over it. Anyways, like I was saying, more car lanes, I am all for it. I drove for quite a bit in the past, but I figured, especially when 2020 hit, I just figured, you know what? It's a waste of money just doing this. Why don't I just pick up a bicycle and go from there? that's when I started thinking about doing some recordings and see how doing long distance biking would be, and it was pleasant. I did one from Toronto, Niagara Falls once, 200 kilometers with a really old single speed beater bike. People would claim that it is a stupid idea, that you will have a really bad time, but overall I had fun. I did not get a flat, fortunately, but I did have all of my stuff ready just in case, and I did stop over one of the cities on the way there. Forgot what the city is called, so I only managed to do almost 100 kilometers a piece. Took an easy way, didn't really push myself, just enjoyed what little scenery I got to see. Crossing, no, we good. You know what? Fuck it. Pardon my French. Maybe I should blur that out. Also, since this is the first time for everyone, if there's anything that I do during my video that you don't particularly like, feel free to voice it out, because I am open for suggestions. I don't necessarily have a script per se. So anything goes. If you don't like me swearing, I'll stop swearing, or at least I'll try to. I typically swear when something catches me off guard, but it is good practice to stop myself from doing that. There are some other YouTubers that I look up to. Namely, to name a couple, it would be people like Johnny Strides. He's the first YouTuber that I started watching almost religiously, honestly. I just don't really talk in the chat because I typically watch him using my phone, and I don't really like texting on my phone. But I do place all of his videos on background on days where I'm, say, maintaining my bike or scooter. I ride bicycles, scooters, e-bicycles. I made an e-bicycle. Maybe I should start recording a video on how to set that up for some people who are interested in learning more about that. Like I said, it's a first for everybody, so I'm starting to realize for myself that I do tend to go off on a tangent. We're now talking about e-bikes, building e-bikes. Before it was all about talking the city. So maybe this is a sign or indication for me to at least write up a little script before riding, so I can follow that and not go too much of a tangent, off on a tangent.